Hello guys, Alex Grampion here, I hope you're well. Today we got a top mount issue. The vehicle had an MOT problem. So if you look, hopefully you can see what's out the light there, but there's a lot of play on the top mount, top and bottom. Even if you move it, there's loads of movement there. So we're going to be replacing that today. Right guys, so I got my new top mount here already. I got it from a local supplier, Napa Auto parts. So it's all here packed up. So obviously make sure it's the right one. Right guys, so once the top mount is out of the bag, you just have to push that in the correct way around. So as you can see it like it is here. And that's how we're gonna go in. The bearing is nice and soft on that, so it's all good. Right, so I got my gun here, see if this comes undone. Right, so looking at this as well, there's definitely going to need some discs. There's a low lip on that and not a lot left on them at all. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Looks like I had a link at some point as well. So we're going to be taking the, obviously, shock out there. So we need to make sure that the wiring is all nice and loose. Going to need to undo the integral bar link. We're going to need to WD-40 this thread and undo both of them nuts to push the bolts out. We're going to need to remove this out of here, to remove the hose out. And then once all of this is out, we're gonna be undoing the top nut there to release the shock. But obviously we're going to need to secure this in place once it's undone to make sure that we don't pop the drive shaft out of there. So we'll put bungee or something just to hold it tight in there. But yeah, to make your life easier, don't forget WD-40 on there and in a gap there to make it easier. And the same with the integral bar link. That should come undone because it's quite new, but we'll see how it goes. Right, on the front here guys, we're going to need to pop the cover off. So for this one, I know some people like to pull this open and then end up cracking because the nut is behind that cover there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the whole thing off. To do that, we're going to need to pop these covers off. There's going to be a nut holding the wiper blades on. So let me just pop them off quickly and we'll go from there. Right, so just get something to pop them off. Flat blade screwdriver will do the job. And now we just need the socket to undo them. Right, so I've got a 13mm socket here. What we're going to do is undo them quickly. 1, 2. You got washers there, don't lose the washers. And now to get them off, you usually can push it in the middle here and it releases it because it's tight on there. Might need to spray some WD-40 on that. There you go, let's come off. Don't forget which one goes where and where it sits. Same on this one. There you go, it's off. That's both of the wipers off. Put them somewhere safe. Right, so let's get this out of there. There we go. So there's a jet wash connector there. I'm just going to leave it laying here because all I need is access to the top nut there. I'm going to put some WD-40 on that and then we should be able to get the socket on there and get it undone. Right, so we got WD-40 on there to make it easier, and then we get WD-40 on there, there and there and on there to get the clip off of there and the actual hose as well. Right, so the clip is off, just pop the hose off. 70mm, and because it's new, it came undone easy. Pop that off there. Right, so I've got 80mm socket on there. I'm going to do both of them. Nut on the other side. Lovely, that's one. The other one. Now sometimes on some of the cars there might be different size bolts and that kind of adjusts the camber in the same time, so you need to be careful with that. Make sure you put it in the exact same place where it was. Right, so at this point this is going to get loose, so everything's out of the way. I'll pop that out there as well. So now it's basically ready. All we have to do is put bungee on here so it doesn't come out too much, doesn't pop the drive shaft out. Right, so you can see I got bungee there going around that, so it's not going to go too far out. So at this point I'll take the bottom one out and probably the top one, so it's nice and free. Move this out of the way, shouldn't go too far. Right, and that was our damaging the seal. So that's the one that was top. Right, so that's nice and free there. We're gonna go down with the car and undo the nut at the top, and while we're undoing it we're gonna hold this so it doesn't fall on the floor. Right, so I got 18mm on the top nut with the flexi. We need to be careful with the windscreen. Just get a hold of that. Get a hold of the shock. That's that come undone. And we've got the shock out. So there you go. That's what we're going to be replacing. Right, so obviously depending on what spring compressor you got, I got one of them they put in the vise. You can actually get this one from Draper Tools. You got 18mm for the top nut there. Obviously you need to secure it in there, make sure you got the right adapter in there for the spring size. Make sure it's nice and safe. Obviously this is really important, and this is where obviously I'm not taking any responsibility if you're doing it wrong. I'm doing it my way, I always do it. Just be careful with this. Yeah, that's in the groove. That's in the groove, that's looking good. We're taking the tension off the spring. Should be enough. Right, so here guys, you can use a dip socket on the gun, but officially it's recommended to have a spanner or a special set that you can get a socket on there and hold this bit, because you need to shock, the shock needs to stay still while you undo the nut. But I'll give it a go. Because I've sprayed the WD-40, it's actually coming down alright. That's good. As you can see, it's all loose now. Just be careful with that. So it's a 9mm on top there, so let's just get a spanner to finish the rest of it. There's no tension anymore. Like I said, just be careful. Undo that completely. Make sure the spring stays in the middle. And get ready to change the top mount quickly. Don't like leaving the spring in there for too long. Right, that's off. Put that somewhere safe. Pull that off. The bump stop just come out. Leave that in there. Obviously we're replacing this bit, so pull the cover off. So we're going to get a new one. This one got a plate and this is falling through, hence why we got a plate. So this bit has failed here. So that's the old one, obviously compared to the new one. As you can see, there's a difference there in space. That's why it failed. But anyway, we've got the new one there. So we're gonna put that over it. Sometimes I put a bit of copper grease on there, but on the rubber, to be honest, it should be fine. Make sure everything's in place. Find your bump stop. Right, so the bump stop is in there. Put that on there. We just need to make sure that the shock goes through it. New top mount, nice and free. Make sure that the spring is located in the right place there, right at the end of its travel. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see. Locate that in the middle. There you go. It's coming through now. Needs to be a wiggle, but you can start the nut now. Go, just give it a gun a little bit. Start it up. There you go, that's going on. Just obviously make sure the spring is located correctly in place, in its rest position there, located there. And watch yourself when you're doing this up. So the spring is located right in here as well in the groove, so that's all good. Keep doing it up. Obviously there's a torque setting for that there, which you need to do up to the correct torque setting. Right, at this point, if I undo this and release the tension, everything should stay together. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so that's all put back together. All we have to do now is just reinstall it back in the car the same way as it come out. Alright, so it's all done up and we can put it back in there. So literally from now on it's just reverse order of how you removed it. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to do the nut up. Like I said, you can use the spanners as well if you hold the top one with 9mm. But at this point, I just hold the shock up. Obviously double check it afterwards. It's nice and tight. I'm going to double check that once I've connected everything here. So like I said, you just push everything back in. Get your bolts back in there. Might need a little bit of moving around. There you go. That's one. That's two. Get the nuts back on them. Do them up. Don't need for this anymore. That's off. Right guys, so the clip, don't forget that, it's important so that your brake hose doesn't come off of there. Just push it over it. There you go, that's done. And obviously we've got this stuff to put back on. I haven't done up the inter-row link nut yet. So when these ones are tough to come off, spray WD-40 on them, it will come out easier. That's all good, all in place. Obviously you need to do them up. Do that up. Like I said, if you're struggling to do this up, it carries on spinning. You need an Allen key that goes in there and you hold it while you're doing it up with the spanner. Right, so this one actually can't done up because it was new, like I said, so it's easier to do it up. Now the same for them. Spanner on the other side. Oh, change it for 18. Obviously don't forget to torque them up. Right, that's done up. That's done up. Right, so at this point with it all done up, you should already feel the difference. Normal play there, which is pretty good. Obviously we'll double check with the wheel back on. That's just one more time. There's the part number for you, NKM 1002 top mount. This is 2013 Vauxhall Corsa. I've done it up again, the nut at the top there, so it's all done up, no more play. So what I've got left is obviously to put this back on. And then we should be all good. And obviously don't forget to put the rubber on there. Obviously wipers need to go on. Make sure obviously that the seal goes into the windscreen and it all aligns where it was supposed to be. So that's all looking good. Now just put the wipers back on. Right, wipers as they were. That one in there, that one in there. Before I do them up, obviously make sure they're in the right place. Usually you got a dirt mark at the bottom of it, that'll work. So washer and then nut back on. One there, one there. Start by fingers first and then do it up with the gun, or torque them up if you want to. That looks like it's in the right place. That looks like it's in the right place. So that's all good. It's all done up. Just double check it with a ratchet, and obviously use the wipers to make sure they're in the right place. And the rubber is on now as well. Don't forget the caps. Now we just got the wheel to put back on. Everything's done up. Obviously double check everything and the wiring's all out of the way. Get the wheel back on, and don't forget to do the wheel nuts up, please. Right, the wheel is on there, torqued up. Don't forget the torque settings. I'll try and put them in description below for you, and the tools I've used as well. So top and bottom, side to side, spot on, no more play. It's solid there now, perfect. Happy with that. So like I said, don't forget to make sure everything's done up, all the wiring's out of the way and safe. Hopefully you find this video helpful, enjoyed it. If you got any more questions, comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.